Hey mate, I hope you're good. I'm going to record this and put it in here so everyone can sort of watch it if they wish to do so. So we've got to look at why a meal plan has its place. Now, the meal plan is not magic. The meal plan is not, oh, this food helps lose weight. The process of a meal plan is when we start working with individuals, we look at the structure that suits. So say if I give everyone the same meal plan, within 4 6 weeks, it's going to have even changed because even at the same meal plan isn't going to work for everyone. Someone might go, hey, I'm hungry at this time. Hey, I've not got time for breakfast. Hey, I need a quicker meal here because of work structure and shifts. So everyone is different. Within then a meal plan, it gets a quicker result because less chance of errors. Well, I ate here, or I did this, I didn't track it right. It helps with structure, it helps remove stress, removes guesswork of did I have this, did I have that. Then when we get to a result, we don't want to stay in a plan. What some people have stayed in a plan forever, but when you come off the plan, you go, well, what do I do now? So for me, a plan works great. Then when we get to a level, it's going, okay, how do I factor things in? Now, again, with something like a Five Guys, depending on how crazy you go, the amount of calories in that could be upwards of 1,500 calories. So then when you think of, okay, what are my current daily and weekly calories? My weekly calories are X. If I have a Five Guys in the week, minus 1,500 calories off that, I now have the rest to then space out across the 6.7, 6.5 days, because one meal is going to be a Five Guys. Can you do that? And then how do you structure that? When dieting, you've got less allowance of calories, right? So if you're going to eat into your weekly allowance in 1,500, to then remove that off the week to allow for it, you could end up being extra hungry. So then food choice on the other days become paramount. Likewise, if you are in a deficit of and we're losing pound of body fat a week, then you know that adding in 1,500 calories may spike scale weight, but we're still in a deficit. We're still in a deficit of what? 2,000 calories. So, yeah, 2,000 calories. So if you then look at that and go, okay, I'm still in a deficit, but my scale weight's not moved, it's actually gone up. Then you know if I then reduce my deficit down to half, it would take 2 weeks to lose a pound of body fat. But we can't track that because physically and on scale weight, it's totally different, right? Which is where the variables come in, and then commitment. And so for me, if someone was basically losing a couple of pounds a week, we could physically see it physically on the pictures, and then in 6 weeks time did exactly the same and then had the Five Guys, scale weight might go up, but we are still in that deficit. You've not gained body fat because we were losing body fat. So one Five Guys meals in the week at 1,500 calories, there's no way we can gain body fat off that. What it has done is reduce that week's deficit, so you've potentially not lost any body fat that week. And then scale weight's going to play with your mind on whether it has or hasn't. So in short, or in a long explanation, there's always room for things that you want, and you need to learn how to factor it in. But what a lot of people do is get told this by coaches: you can have what you want, but then they struggle when they're dieting. Well, why am I not losing weight? Because you're eating out too many times. You actually don't know what the calories are. When you have that, you remove so much food from your plan, you're fatigued, so you don't perform as well, so you don't lose as many calories when training, you don't move as much. You then are even more hungry in a day, so you actually pick on other things that you're not actually aware and you're not tracking, so you've reduced the deficit even more. So, in short, yes, it's all a usage of your allowance of calories. For yourself, mate, we're obviously now finishing dieting, we're reversing up, you've got more allowance coming, so it gets a little bit easier to factor these things in. But then you want the knock-on effect of, okay, if I have this, what does that do to myself as an individual from a habits and cravings standpoint? Because some people could have that and jump back on food that energizes and makes them feel good. You know, this food tastes good, but digestion gets hit, you might feel a bit bloated, might make you feel a little bit more lethargic, well, might make you not want to train. Everything has a knock-on effect. Everything is a domino effect. Other people might have this and literally go, right, next day, cravings are stupidly high. I'm now going to have loads of biscuits. So everyone's individual response to it will be different. Again, people might have this on the day they feel shit mentally. So then all of a sudden the next day they feel shit. So they stay in that. Down to habits, down to behaviours, down to emotional responses to eating. I know I go in depth with questions, but there is more to it than just calories and allowance. Every individual will respond totally different to this. And I hope that makes sense to people. If this has got any questions, just reply privately or in the group and we can get a thread going if people have got questions on it. But hope that helps. As always, let's go. JK Fuzzy, baby.